Hello and welcome. I'm Alex George Serbanowski, registered clinical psychologist and certified life coach and hypnotherapist. It's a mouthful, I know. Basically what it all means is helping people is my life. And I've spent a lot of years at university, in addition to being trained by and interviewing some of the smartest minds in the world, in order to figure out the best ways to assist people to make empowering life changes. But enough about me. Most importantly, right now, I want to sincerely thank you for being here. Clearly, you've come to a point in time where you want to make an important change, and I truly respect you for it. I believe you deserve to live the happiest and healthiest life you can. But of course, sometimes we fall into unhealthy habits, which is why I'm glad you're here. Because what you're about to discover is how to quit one of the worst habits of them all. Now, before I get into the details, let me explain what your session with me will be about. You're about to go through a very specific health psychology coaching process, one focused entirely on assisting you to quit once and for all a very bad habit. The habit is, of course, smoking. Now, this is the sole and only purpose of the one session you're going to spend with me. This is not clinical psychology or clinical hypnotherapy. If you feel you have other major issues you need to deal with, deep depression, severe anxiety, relationship issues, traumas, and so on, this process is not designed to assist you with any of those things. You will need to go elsewhere if you need assistance with those matters. You're here to quit smoking. That's it. Now, sometimes other issues also resolve as well through this coaching process, but those are potential surprises, not promises. I'll say it one more time. I'm about to see you for one reason only, to help you once and for all quit smoking today. And when I say today, I do mean today, in less than 2 hours from now. Now, you're probably quite unsure of how this is possible, and I'll get into that in just a moment. I'll take care of the how. That's my job. But you've got one too. You're going to tell me why today is the day you're ready, that you're absolutely sure you want to quit forever. As I said, you don't need to worry about how. It will be accomplished. I'll take care of it. Your job will be to tell me why you want to quit today, while you're absolutely positively sure you never want to smoke again. And be warned, if you can't convince me that you truly want to quit now and forever, that you never want to smoke again, that you are ready to live as a true non-smoker, then you're not going to get the result you want, and we're going to need to discuss alternative options. But if you are ready, then I assure you, you're in for a fantastic ride. So how does it all work? The Quit Smoking Health Psychology Coaching process takes care of all the key areas that most quit programs fail to address. It relies on a combination of life coaching, psychology, and hypnotherapy techniques. Now, a lot of people do not understand hypnosis, so I'm going to take a few moments to educate you on what it is and what it's not. Hypnosis is a type of mind control where I get to make people do whatever I want, whenever I want, including getting them to cluck like a chicken and imagine they're superheroes. Of course, what I just said is completely incorrect. Well, sort of. See, there are many myths we need to take care of. Now, as I said, sort of, is it possible to actually get people to imagine playing roles where they are chickens and superheroes? Absolutely it is, in the right situation, in the right context. So you might see those effects happen at a hypnosis stage show, but that is a silly and playful environment, and the people who are chosen to be hypnotic subjects are open to the fun. There's also there's no mind control, but rather they go along with the suggestions because their mind actually knows that they're just having a fun experience and that it will end and no one will get hurt. See, if the stage hypnotist was actually to ever make a suggestion that would put the person at risk of actual harm, psychological or otherwise, it would be immediately rejected. Understand now, your mind is stronger than anything I could ever suggest that you did not want to do. On the flip side, your mind is very powerful when in the right circumstances, it's given healthy instructions to make empowering changes. So you're about to visit me in a medical health setting. You're here to get a specific health result that you want. And that is all. You know that, I know that, and your mind knows that. So how does your mind work? So you have different parts of your mind. You have the conscious, normal, everyday part of your awareness. Then you have your unconscious, or as some people say, subconscious part of your awareness. Your conscious mind is the part that's listening to me right now. Your unconscious mind is that bit, that part of you that is everything else, which you're not aware of right now. It's like an iceberg, which you may be able to see in that picture, where so much more is happening underneath the surface than above. It's much larger underneath. And so, for example, consciously, you can hear me and see me right now. But until I mentioned it, you probably weren't aware of the sensation in your hands, or shoulders, or feet. But now you are. See, a part of you is actually aware of those sensations all the time. Your unconscious mind is fully aware of them because you don't need to notice them most of the time. You don't become aware of them consciously until I mention them. So the unconscious mind is very powerful. It has protected you in the past, and its job is to continue to do so. For example, you have often had near misses in your life, such as a close accident where you were moving and then suddenly you detected a chance collision and you moved out of the way into a safe position, almost by instinct. That's an example of your unconscious mind protecting you. Other examples include your blink reflex, protecting you from harsh substances getting into your eyes, or even distracting you from the feeling of pain so you can get through an important experience like a sporting match or a meeting or an emergency situation. There is remarkable power in the unconscious mind when accessed correctly and for the right purpose. A skilled hypnotherapist is designed to do just that. My job is to help you harness your unconscious power so you can achieve your specific goal today, to become a non-smoker. Now, there are some additional things you need to be aware of. First, you are responsible for what happens in the session. My role is that of a guide. I can't control you. It would be great if I could, because not only would I help you with your specific problem, I'd probably get you to buy me lunch and wash my car. But you and I both know there is no free lunch, and nobody ever wants to wash your car for you. So, my job is a guide. And as a guide, it's to give you better access to your own mind. I'm going to get you to focus your mind intensely and exclusively on the healthy experiences it needs to enjoy and specific instructions it needs to hear and understand for you to make a new and better choices. By exclusive and intense, I'm referring to a deeply immersive experience, like when you've gotten totally absorbed in a pleasurable activity, like an amazing conversation or a great movie. In these situations, you don't criticize and analyze and organize the experience. Rather, you just totally go with the flow. Your job will be similar. Your primary task is to enjoy the experience and be open-minded about the positive images, thoughts, and instructions presented. There will be no need for you to overly think or analyze what is said. Even if not every part of your experience makes total sense immediately, your unconscious mind knows why you are here and will connect to the experiences in the process. You don't have to try and help things along. No willpower or force of thought is required. Just let your unconscious mind surprise and delight you. Your job is to simply and totally concentrate on the presented ideas fully, and changes will occur. You will have a greater sense of awareness when in hypnosis, and you will hear everything I say. It is possible that you may consciously forget a few positive instructions along the way, but your unconscious mind will hear and get to work on everything presented. As I said, I will be your guide, but you will always have the final say. I cannot get you to do anything you don't want to do in hypnosis, and you can come out of hypnosis whenever you like. You are always safe and protected when in or out of hypnosis because your unconscious mind is there to protect you, and it is the most powerful tool you possess. My job will be to help you learn how to access its full power today. Now, it's important I address a few specific issues related to smoking. First of all, you need to know that hypnosis has been shown to be the most effective treatment for stopping smoking. Several scientific studies have demonstrated hypnosis to have a 80 to 90% success rate. It has been shown to be 3 times as effective as patches and 15 times more effective than willpower. Now, fortunately, I've spent a lot of time training with a world-renowned hypnotist with a 100% success rate. So I'm very confident that you're going to be very pleased with the results today. However, you probably still have some questions, fears or concerns. So now I'm going to address them. One is, how can hypnosis be so much more effective than patches and gum and those kind of things? And the reason is patches and gum don't take care of the psychological component of the addiction. They only work on the physical aspects of the addiction, and they don't even do a good job of that because they keep reintroducing the drug into your system. So your body never really has the chance to properly flush out the toxins and become healthy and get back to its natural rhythms. With hypnosis and psychological coaching, I go into the deep psychology of the habit, where it actually exists in the unconscious mind, which is the part of you keeping the process going even though you do want to stop. And this is why health psychology coaching and hypnosis creates easy and natural changes, because we go inside the source of it all, and because your body doesn't want to do it anymore. It doesn't. And you don't want to do it anymore. You don't. And so it's an easy and natural method of stopping, because we're going to bypass all the defense mechanisms that have been preventing you from stopping. And with the mind fully open and receptive, we can directly instruct a new course to the captain of the ship. Now, what about willpower? This method is a real struggle because you are constantly fighting yourself. I want it. No, I don't. Yes, I do. But I can't. It's a never-ending war inside your head. And all that energy spent is wasted because it could be used on much more important things, like having better relationships, spending time with friends and family, feeling vibrant, healthy and alive, and having so much more fun. The biggest problem with willpower is it requires your constant attention. As soon as your attention slips, your willpower disappears. You have to be on guard 24/7 for months, if not years, and the desire to smoke may still never go away completely. I mean, that's too hard, and it requires too much energy on something you don't have to do. How about we just go straight to the source of the habit, make the shift there, so you don't have to think twice, and you just stop. It becomes easy and natural and automatic for you to stop whenever talking to the right part of the mind. When we get to the right part of the mind, it just happens. In fact, willpower is actually counterproductive, because it's like saying, I'm not going to smoke. I don't want it. It's no good for me. Trying to force an experience, and that doesn't work. For example, don't think of chocolate cake. Don't think of its cream, the smell, slicing through the icing. What happens inside you? All that energy goes right into that picture, and your unconscious responds to that picture, puts energy into it, and now it's where it doesn't need to be. So you're feeding energy into the wrong pictures. I'm going to show you how to do it differently, so you use your imagination and all the other psychological tools to make you stop. Now, what if you actually have seen a hypnotist before and it didn't work? Well, let me say that most hypnotists are generalists, like a general practitioner, doctors. The difference here is that this is a specialized process, and I'm a specialist. I know what works incredibly well, and I know this process inside out. It's like being a brain surgeon. A brain surgeon operates on the brain only, not on the knee or the stomach or the hands. Now, you may also think you can't be hypnotized. I guarantee you, you will go into hypnosis and have an absolute great time and total proof that you have. There will be no doubt in your mind. So you know that when we've gone there, we've done what we've needed to do, and you're going to get the result you want. And perhaps in the past you may have stopped for a while, but started again in terms of smoking. Maybe a uniquely stressful event triggered you. I'm fully aware of how this can occur, and rest assured, any unique triggers you used to have will be exposed and taken care of. You may also have come across other methods with varying degrees of success. As I said, in this method, we work through the psychological, mental, and physical reasons you had to smoke. I take each one of those roots, and so there's nothing left inside you to bring back the smoking, because we're going to pull them out one by one. We're going to recruit your unconscious mind as a powerful ally. So instead of fighting yourself, it's now natural and easy to stop. In fact, it's as easy as if you used to be putting a cigarette in your mouth. It's going to be as easy as you used to do that to not do that. You're going to be smoke-free because you will have access and you'll harness the true power of your unconscious mind. Now finally, let's address any personal fears you may have. Maybe you think to yourself, I just can't do it. That's fantastic. Because now you're falling into the trap of willpower. You're in the willpower school. And that's why you failed in the past. Remember, willpower requires 100% attention. You're going to use the power of your mind to make this work for you. And you will not be giving anything up. You just quit. Because the idea of giving up is painful, like you're missing out. But you're not going to give up anything, only gain. You will stop introducing poison in your body. That is what you will be doing. And all the things you used to think you used to get out of smoking, you're about to realize you're going to get much, much more of all those things you thought you used to get from smoking as a non-smoker. I'm going to teach you how. And then there's the next big fear, which is, well, what if I get fat? Sure, when people try to quit with willpower, it often happens because they replace food with cigarettes. They are using a replacement mechanism. So they end up eating and drinking more. They think that they're replacing something and giving something pleasurable up. But you're just going to quit and know there is nothing to give up. So instead of smoking and replacing it with food, they're going to do neither of those things. Now, everything you think you get as a smoker, you will get more of as a non-smoker. All the benefits you think smoking will give you, I'm going to show you how you can have every single one of those as a non-smoker, but much, much stronger. Furthermore, I will add weight control instructions at the end of the process to ensure no stone is left unturned, that all the bases are covered. So the choice you make today to stop smoking forever, for the rest of your life, is a choice you will feel good about for the rest of your life. So 50 years from now, when you look back and you realize, wow, this is the smartest decision of my life. Sure, I've made some dumb ones, we all have, but here is one that I can be 100% proud of. Lastly, there's this idea of withdrawals or pangs. In this method, many people will quit and have no pangs whatsoever, but some may have some minor ones from time to time in the early stages. If this was to occur, you will have a process to deal with it fast. When people use this method of hypnosis, they will find that because their body has gone into a more organic rhythm and the mind is doing something it wants to do naturally, easily and spontaneously, they find that they are so excited by the new freedom they have that it masks most, if not all, withdrawal symptoms they may have had otherwise. Pangs can be seen like paper cuts in a way, where if you're busy enjoying yourself and feeling great, you don't even realize it's there. You may later realize the cut is there and suddenly feel it. But I find with this method, most of the time, the body will mask any pang sensations for you, automatically deleting symptoms. And since you will be too busy having a good time, because you are so excited about finally being a non-smoker, you'll find yourself navigating through any such issues easily, effortlessly, and automatically. However, I still plan to leave nothing to chance. That's what I plan to do. So even though you probably will be a person who does not notice any such sensations, I'm going to give you a powerful coping mechanism just in case. Just in case you have a little sensation, I'll teach you a powerful pang blaster to do anytime, anywhere, and also in an emergency at any time. I'll even give you a recording, an emergency recording to put on your phone. And you can play it anytime and it will run you through a process to get rid of that pang, so when you're done, you feel so much better. And you will be glad you got through it. And you know you will be fine. So if you know now you are ready, finally, to quit smoking once and for all, that you're absolutely sure today is the day you want to end this awful habit, And I do mean that. You must be absolutely sure you want to stop completely today. Then you should be feeling pretty darn excited. As I said, I'm going to take care of the how, but you must be completely ready to embrace the cigarette-free life that awaits. So get ready to start a new, empowering stage in your life. And you can feel good knowing I will be with you shortly to guide you through it in a pain-free and fun way. You're going to be surprised at just how much fun this process is, and even more delighted about the kind of result that is possible. Get ready. I'll see you soon.